How are you all? Are you sure?
Yes,
I don't feel so. No smiles on the face. And there is fear on the face. Is it? Then you all are like, your eyes are not speaking today. Why? Because it's Monday morning. Yeah? So Monday morning there has to be so much of excitement. Janab to came late today. Yeah? 8:35 entry because it's Monday morning. Guys, Monday is a very, very important day for me, as well as it should be a very important day for you all, because you end up giving your mock test on Saturdays. Am I right? And very soon you'll be giving your paper, the final paper. Now, how many of you have this in your mind that on the final day when you give your paper, you need to go to Patiala, you need to go to Jalandhar, you need to go to Amritsar, and you need to go to Bhatinda to give your paper? How many of you believe this? There. Anybody else? Anybody else have this in the mind? No? You have this in your mind. Okay. Anybody else who has this inspiration that if I go to Patiala, I'll get more bands? Yeah? If I go to Moga, I'll get more bands? No? Are you sure? Such liars you are. After 10 minutes or after 5 days, when I'll ask you to give your paper, one of you will definitely come, ma'am, can I give my paper in Patiala? Ma'am, can I go to Ludhiana to give my paper? And my question would be, why? लोग कहते हैं कि लुधियाना जाएंगे तो बैंड्स बेटर मिलेंगे, है ना? This is the reality, Hanji.
How is it possible?
That's the question. How is it possible if you go to Ludhiana and get this, 0.5 extra? Because somebody did not end up telling you. But very soon when you tell your friends that I'm giving my IELTS paper and I want to give this paper and I want to get better marks, and 8,777, they'll advise you to go to Patiala. This will happen. So I am telling you what's going to happen with all of you. Let me be very frank, whether you go to London, whether you go to Patiala, whether you are in Chandigarh, this does not matter at all. What matters is your performance. What matters is the quality. I repeat, quality matters. You all are here for 8,777. You all are here to score good bands. And just few minutes back, we saw a video today, right? As a student, I don't know how you have perceived, but the motto behind showing you this video is that you need to be alert the kind of language that you are supposed to use when you are writing an essay, when you are talking, when you're speaking. 8,777 is not a cakewalk, we all know about it, but yes, it is possible at PIA. It is possible at PIA if you cooperate with me, then otherwise it's not possible. So that's the reason why I just need to tell all of you that all of you out here have the capability. As I've checked your papers, so I know you have the capability, but yes, that X factor, somewhere it is missing when we talk about content writing, when you're talking about expressing yourself. And the major issue is when you're reading an essay, a simple essay, when it's given to you, that some people say that it's important that people should live in city, and some people say that people should live in the countryside. Discuss both the views and give your opinion. You guys are not thinking on the lines of what's happening globally. There are so many cities in the world. You don't think about it, you don't write about it, you just think about what's happening in Delhi and Mumbai, and then the life revolves around this area. It's not like that. IELTS is a global paper, and when you write down about different names of the cities, what's happening over there, when you have a wider mindset, I think you'll be in a better position to write it down, because you all are working professionals. And when you're working professionals, you are aware what's happening in the world. Most of you must be traveling abroad, am I right or am I wrong? You do get an opportunity, and if it's not because of your work, otherwise also for leisure, you might go for a holiday to XYZ places. And at that point of time, when you have seen a place like this, or maybe you're watching a Discovery Channel or anything, I mean, maybe when you're watching a movie, you do see what a city looks like. And what happens is, when you're sitting and giving your paper, your mind is totally blank. What you're imagining and what you're writing, what your thought process, there is a lot of unevenness there. Your mind is not synchronized. So we need to work on that. And most of the time in IELTS, you'll be getting questions which are basically related to your day-to-day activity. It's nothing like, you're not aware of the question, but the presence of mind does matters. When we're talking, say, for example, about cities, like, why people should live as far as, in cities is concerned, we need to use the word like upmarket infrastructure. You know what infrastructure is, but you're not using it in your essay writing. Judicious planning by the respective authorities. Once the judicious planning is done by the respective authorities, that's why I think, cities is the best place to live. Am I right? Am I wrong? And what else do you see in cities these days? Infrastructure is there. Most of you have written about employment, lucrative job opportunities. That was the word we had taught you. Most of you have written. But what kind of lucrative job opportunities? You need to explain that point. You need to end up saying, ma'am, don't write, Abhi. I'll help you out. Because see, when you're writing, you're not listening to me. There will again be some kind of a clash. Right now, I'm interacting with all of you. I'm trying to understand what happened in the test. I'm trying to explain it to you that what basically we need in IELTS. Writing notes and copies, giving you booklets will not serve the purpose unless and until it is there in your mind, because on the final day, believe me, your copies will not go along with you. Your notes will never go with you. What will go along with you? Your mind and your confidence. And you will only gain that confidence once you understand what I'm trying to teach. Right now, you might feel that whatever ma'am is saying, it's very easy, we'll do it. But when there is an examination pressure, things take a U-turn. And when the things are like getting haywire, at that point of time, you have to believe that I have been trained and I know what to write, and it will just flow. You'll enjoy it completely. Am I right or am I wrong? So please keep this in mind while I'm explaining it to you. Do not write anything. After that, I'll definitely help you out, right? Now, when we're talking of cities, can I have the top cities of the world? Any names? New York, okay. Anji? London, California, Paris, Anji? Las Vegas, Melbourne, Anji? Toronto. How come all these names of the cities now? And where was it when you were giving your essay writing test? Where was it? I won't write it down, because if I write it down, then somebody will come to know about it. None of you have written. Guys, we need to write this. We need to tell the examiner that this paper is global, and I do have good examples to give. When you're talking of cities, like we can talk about Tokyo, right? We can talk about other cities like Melbourne. You guys are going to Australia and Canada. So we need to give examples, right? So again, examples plays a very important role, and examples like this will definitely give you that edge while you're writing, and your thought process will also be more on the wider lines. It will broaden your horizon. The moment you think Vancouver, what comes to your mind? The moment you think London, what comes to your mind? Security, am I right? So when you think of places like this, you will think about the kind of provision that you have, the kind of opportunities one can have living in such places. So ideas will start flowing. When you think about a city like Delhi, what comes to your mind? Crime, pollution, am I right? Because this is what we read in the newspaper. But if you're reading something about London, or maybe like Vancouver, or maybe Melbourne, or XYZ, we have a very beautiful picture in our mind. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what is important in your writing? What is important in your speaking? What?
Global touch.
Global touch. Always remember, IELTS is equals to global touch. Your mind has to expand if you need minimum 7 in writing, minimum 7 in speaking, and then what you need to add more is that when you're talking about all these factors, you need to say that it is commonly witnessed. I don't see such sentences in your essays. It is commonly witnessed. It is commonly seen in most developing cities of the world. I don't get those lines. So this is what content writing is all about. This is the way you need to enhance your writing as well as your speaking. So you need to know the name, the top cities of the world, the top universities of the world, top countries of the world, and why these places are known for it. And when you start browsing on the internet, what will happen? You'll get information and you'll get the right information. And the thing is not completed here, guys. You need to jot down points. You need to write it down. You need to make notes for yourself, because in IELTS, when it's 7 bands, you cannot learn sentences and copy paste it on the final day. It has to gradually come within you, and it has to have a flow. Little bit of hard work is definitely required, but I'm sure